Hey, Washington Commanders fans! Get ready for news that will stir your emotions and leave you biting your nails. As the season approaches its end, we know that victories aren't the only focus, but rather the future of our team. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. 5 veterans are battling tooth and nail for a spot on the roster for next year, and their performance in these last few games will be crucial. But it doesn't stop there, because we have a surprising twist regarding our offensive line, which has become the stable force of the team, and a golden opportunity for our young tight ends to shine after a devastating injury. Stay tuned until the end so you don't miss any detail and discover what's really at stake. And to show you're a true fan, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. In the final stretch of the season, with a record of 3-10 and already out of the playoff hunt, the focus of the Washington Commanders has shifted discreetly yet decisively towards planning for 2026. For many players, these next 4 games are not just another game, but a true audition that could determine whether they will still be wearing the glorious burgundy and gold uniform next autumn. It's a make-or-break moment for some of our athletes. With contracts nearing expiration and crucial roster decisions on the horizon, the pressure is immense. 5 Commanders veterans are in the spotlight, and every play, every tackle, every block will be scrutinized as the offseason approaches. As fans, we are on the edge of our seats, hoping they show their best and secure their place on the team. Let's start with Chris Paul, our guard. Everything changed for him in Week 3 when he had the opportunity to replace Brandon Coleman at left guard. Since then, he has been one of the most reliable pieces of our offensive line, showcasing impressive consistency that has left us very excited. It's always great to see a player take advantage of their chance and stand out. Paul has dominated in pass protection, barely giving up yards, which is crucial for our offense. His performance against the Raiders was the highlight of his career, earning him a PFF score of 86.0, placing him only behind All-Pro Laramie Tunsil. He didn't allow a single sack or pressure, and with this level of consistency, he's positioning himself to be a long-term starter, which is fantastic news for the team. Now, speaking of our ground game, Chris Rodriguez Jr. has emerged as a key player following the trade of Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler's season-ending Achilles injury. Washington has been alternating Rodriguez, Jackery Krosky-Merritt, and Jeremy McNichols, but Rodriguez has proven to be a constant and reliable option, which is essential to maintain the balance of our offense. He had over 10 carries in several games and became a reliable threat in the red zone, scoring touchdowns in weeks 7, 9, 10, and 13. It's great to see a running back with this capability of finishing plays and giving us important points. We hope he continues this performance and establishes himself as one of our primary rushers. In the receiving corps, the Commanders signed Deebo Samuel, hoping he would be a pillar alongside Terry McLaurin, and he has lived up to expectations. Even while dealing with heel issues that kept him out of a game and with the offense struggling, Samuel managed 62 receptions, 561 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He has been a light amid the team's struggles. His ability to impact the game as a receiver and as a running back adds an element that the team desperately needs. Finishing the season strong would further bolster Samuel's case to remain in the offense, and we know how important he is to our offensive scheme. He is a player who makes a difference on the field. Moving to the defense, there were high expectations for Quan Martin after a great finish in 2024, but this season he has been showing some inconsistencies. Mistakes in tackles and coverage have raised doubts about his long-term role, which is somewhat concerning, as we expected more from him. Martin continues to be one of the top tacklers for the Commanders, with 78 this season, which shows his ability to be involved in plays. However, his struggles in coverage have become evident, and these last 4 games are crucial for him to show that he can be reliable and consistent, securing his place in our defense. Payne remains a force on the interior of the defensive line, even with the team's struggles. With 2 sacks and 15 solo tackles so far, Payne continues to be a pillar of the defense and has taken on a leadership role among the younger players, which is vital for the development of our talents. A suspension at the start of the season didn't help at all, but Payne's ability to pressure the opposing quarterback, stop the run game, and create pressure keeps him as a key piece of the Commanders' defense. For these 5 veterans, how they finish the season will have a significant impact on their future in Washington, and we will be keeping an eye on each of them. And now, get ready for a twist that will surprise you. While the 2025 NFL season was marked by constant turmoil for the Washington Commanders, there was a group that remained quietly strong along the way, and this is news that fills us with pride and hope for the future. The irony of this is that at the start of the Commanders' season, the offensive line was likely the most unstable sector of all the player groups, which left us quite concerned. But surprisingly, it finally stabilized and became extremely consistent, showing a resilience that few expected. Although right guard Sam Cosmi started the year still recovering from a knee injury suffered in the 2024 NFL playoffs, and Chris Paul had not yet taken over the starting left guard position when the season began, these two and their 3 line mates did what no other group in Washington could. They formed an unbreakable bond amid the turmoil. By coming together as a unit, a dynamic relationship formed between the veterans Laramie Tunsil, our left tackle, and Tyler Biadas, our center, even though they don't play as two directly connected pieces on the offensive line. It's inspiring to see how the experience and leadership of these players spread throughout the group. Biadas expresses this connection. It's really a dynamic bond. And the experience, even with my experience, but also with Laramie's, which started when he got here, and being able to talk with him about tactical schemes or about players in the league and about his experience as well. This exchange of knowledge is crucial for the team's growth. And the connection on the left side of the offensive line is something that deserves attention. Although Paul earned his starting spot this season, he has immensely benefited from playing between the two veterans. Coach Dan Quinn states that he and Tunsil have also become an impressive, albeit somewhat surprising, element of the team's ground game. Quinn emphasizes some of the combined blocks you saw, especially on the left side with Laramie Tunsil and Chris Paul on some of the double teams and low blocks, were significant. This shows the direct impact of the synergy between these players on the performance of our running game, which is crucial to our success. Offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury adds, "Yes, I think what stood out to me most this season is the way Tunsil, can move players in the running game. It's a testament to Tunsil's strength and technique, who has been a true monster on the line, paving the way for our runners." Biadas attributes the group's ability to come together, in part to talent, of course, but also to each individual's willingness to constantly do those little extras that help them hone their skills individually and strengthen their abilities as a unit. It's that dedication that makes the difference on the field. He concludes, "We have a lot of experienced guys in the group, and we share that with the younger players on our team and with Josh Connerly to continue to elevate the level of the group as a whole. That's the main goal for sure, and it's amazing." It's this mentorship and collective growth mindset that gives us hope for the future of our offensive line. And to top it off, we have news that, while sad, opens a golden opportunity for the future of our team. The injury to Zach Ertz, an important veteran, gives our young tight ends the chance to shine and show their full potential. It's a moment of overcoming and new possibilities for the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are rethinking the tight end position after veteran Zach Ertz tore his ACL in the team's loss to the Minnesota Vikings in Week 14. Failing to score any points. It was a devastating loss, compounded by Ertz's injury, who is an experienced player and a reference for the younger ones. But, as the saying goes, the show must go on. The Commanders need to move forward for the remaining 4 games of the season, and offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury spoke about how the team will react to the loss of Ertz for the rest of the year. It's a challenge, but also an opportunity for other players to step up. Kingsbury emphasizes the importance of developing the young players. Yes, I think it's crucial that they continue to develop and progress, and they have been doing that in the roles assigned to them. This shows that the team trusts the potential of these athletes and expects them to seize the opportunity. He continues, "With a player like Zach, you don't take him off the field in many critical situations, so he will have his opportunity in some of those situations, and I'm sure he's up to the challenge, but we want to see him, when he has the chance, to make the play, make the right decision, and show poise while doing it." It's a vote of confidence in our young talents. With Ertz out of the field, the Commanders have 3 tight ends who will get a bit more playing time. John Bates will continue to play his role as the team's blocking tight end, which is crucial for our running game and quarterback protection. He is an important piece in the scheme, but the other 2, Ben Sinnott and Colson Yankoff, may see a significant increase in snaps and receptions. Sinnott was the team's 2nd pick in the 2024 draft, and so far this season, he has 4 receptions for 41 yards and 1 touchdown. It's his chance to show why he was such a high draft choice. Colson Yankoff might also have more opportunities. He has just 2 receptions for 18 yards in 11 games with the team, but now, with Ertz's injury, the door opens for him to show what he can do. The young tight ends will have the chance to prove their worth in the upcoming game in Week 15 against the New York Giants. The game is scheduled for Sunday and will be a baptism of fire for these young players, and we, as fans, will be there, cheering for every reception, every block, and every touchdown. It's their chance to show that they can be the future of our team. My friends, after all this news, with veterans fighting for their spots, the offensive line becoming a pillar of stability, and the young tight ends getting a golden opportunity, the big question that remains is, will this new generation of talent, driven by circumstance, be able to establish themselves and be the key to the long-awaited rebuilding of the Commanders? Or will we have to wait for another draft cycle to see the team really take off? What do you expect from these upcoming games and the future of our team?